You are tuned into Sabahul Muslims on Radio Islam International. 18 minutes past 8, you are listening to Sabahul Muslim on Radio Islam International. On Thursdays at this time, we do our community profile and we welcome to our studios here at Radio Islam International, Ml Ishaaq Rampai. Maulana, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Maulana, and jazakallah for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you come from? Where did you grow up?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Khotso Leon Rampai. So Khotso is the name that my mother gave me. Khotso means peace, by the way, Maulana.
Oh, okay.
And
in Tswana?
No, in Sesotho.
Okay.
In Sesotho. So I was born in 1996 in Soweto, Naledi. And eventually we moved to Ennerdale. Ennerdale, there I had a normal life like any youngster. So it happened that there is a madrasa in Ennerdale, Al Tawheed Islamic Center at that time. So I decided to go there because I saw that people are going there to madrasa and they are getting bread after they come out of madrasa. So that is what motivated me to go to madrasa, not knowing what is there really. So as I went to madrasa there, I started learning, and eventually one Maulana Wasim Lahe, he saw the potential in me and he asked for me to be taken to the Darul Ulum in Leslie.
So you reverted to Islam
yes.
at the Tawheed Center?
Yes, I reverted to Islam at the Tawheed Center. That is in 2009.
2009, mashallah. So you were like 13 years old at the time?
Yeah, around 13 years old at the time.
And I mean, it's amazing, right? Because you went for food for your belly and Allah gave you food for your soul, mashallah. Was there something specific about Islam that appealed to you, that made you realize once you went there and you started to learn and you were in an Islamic environment?
So when I went there, I realized that something is taking place there that inspired me, and I saw learning. So I am a person who likes to learn, even at school. In terms of academics, I was doing quite well at school. So when I went there, I started learning, and they taught us how to make salah, how to be respectful to our parents. So when I went home, there was a change to the person I was. Even my mother realized that I have become a different child because of the values that were being instilled at the madrasa there.
We'll talk about your mother a little later, but when you reverted to Islam, was there opposition from the family? How did you manage now being a Muslim but living in a non-Muslim household?
Alhamdulillah, I wouldn't say that it was difficult because my mother was very accepting. She was just happy for the fact that I am not doing drugs by the street or doing something that is very bad. So she was very accepting at that time. Alhamdulillah, I didn't have any problems with my mother or any opposition in terms of negativity taking place from my family side.
What about friends and what about the broader community? How were they kind of curious that what is this Islam that you've embraced?
Yeah, no, the community was there and they saw me going to madrasa because we had different motives going to the madrasa. So with my friends, we all went together to madrasa, but unfortunately, they are left behind now. They are no more Muslims as I continue to learn Islam and to have reached where I am today, Maulana.
Allah guide us all.
Amen.
Now, one is to become Muslim, the other the decision to become an alim. What motivated that?
Quran. I can say Quran. When we were there in madrasa, so according to my mindset, according to how I viewed things, I saw only Indians reading Quran. So one day came one boy from Fine Town. His name is Musa Kalonji. So he came to read Taraweeh in Ennerdale. So when he read Taraweeh, that's when I realized that here's someone like me reading Quran, and if he can do it, then I can also do it. So that is what that motivated me to learn Quran. And so when I learned Quran, I thought that if I can finish memorizing Quran, it will be I've reached my milestone. But the moment I finish Quran, I realized that there's still more to be learned. I still need to learn the Quran and really know what Allah is saying. So that is what motivated me to become an alim.
Subhanallah. Now, something amazing happened. I mean, you did your alim course at Tawheed.
Yeah.
You graduated this year, right? And tell us what happened with your mother at your graduation, subhanallah.
My mother, I've been giving her dawah throughout. She knows that I've been speaking to her about Islam, telling her about Islam. So my mother did not oppose Islam. She didn't deny everything that I was telling her. She didn't deny Islam. She accepted, because she's a Christian and I grew up as a Christian. So she accepted that God is one and Jesus is not the prophet. But the only problem was that she did not accept Islam. I used to tell her that, you know what, in the day of Qiyamah, now that I am Hafid, then the virtues of being a Hafid is that one of the virtues is that your mother will be crowned in the day of Qiyamah. So that is what I used to tell her, that become a Muslim and the crown is there for you to become a Muslim, to wear the crown, because I have memorized the Quran and inshallah, you will be among those who. So I used to tell her those words, and it happened in the Jalsa that I was giving a talk. Then Maulana Harun was giving a bayan, and it so happened that Maulana spoke about the story of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, how he was eager for his mother to accept Islam. So when I was giving my talk, that touched me very much. That I, when I spoke about my mother, I couldn't hold it up there. I just lost it. And my mother was there listening. She realized that, you know what, it's time to accept Islam now. And some lady went to her and she spoke to her, and eventually she took a shahada, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, that's it. That was one of the greatest gifts I could ever have.
I can imagine. Mashallah. So you just graduated a few weeks ago. Now, alhamdulillah, your mother has accepted Islam. What are your thoughts? What are your hopes, your aspirations? What's your vision for the future?
My vision for the future is if I can work amongst my community, and especially amongst Africans, and how I could make them see that Islam is for all of us. Islam is not, because there is that stigma in especially amongst my African people, that Islam is for Indians. So their mindset is to say, where they think when I'm wearing a kurta like this, they think, you know what, you are an Indian. Or they say it reminds me of the ayah in the Quran, وَعِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ الَّذِينَ يَمْشُونَ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ هَوْنًا وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ. So that ayah speaks about us. It speaks actually on a personal level, because we meet all those in inverted commas, those jahilun who address us and say, you know what, you are wearing this dress. Why? So one day I met a man who told me, you are wearing this dress. God doesn't like you. So he doesn't understand why am I wearing like this. He doesn't know. So my aspiration for the future is to teach my people about Islam and what Islam really is.
Inshallah. What would you say are some of the lessons that you've learned in your life so far?
Man, there are many lessons, Mala. Many lessons. Like one of the lessons that I've learned, that we can do anything if we make effort, and if we aspire to reach a certain position or certain milestone. If we put our effort and dedication, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can reach. It doesn't matter which color, which race you are. If you are, for example, I've been always like the mindset that the person who can do alim course or who can read the Quran is only certain kinds of people. So I want to inspire my people to also be in this field of learning, because what I realized that we don't learn Islam, we just become Muslims, and we don't carry on further to learn about Islam. Inshallah.
The name Ishaaq, did you choose it for yourself, or did somebody choose it for you?
So there's this book, I don't know, it was an LMA book, that was an Aqidah book, that had the name of all the Anbiya alayhi salam. So I remember when I became a Muslim, I took that book. One of my friends took the book, and we sat down, and he told me to choose the name. And it so happened I saw the name Ishaaq there. I just pointed to that name, and that's how I got my name Ishaaq.
Mashallah. So, Maulana, any message to our listeners, to the community out there?
The message I would give them is that they should show kindness. They should show kindness because everyone is looking, especially if you're a boss and you have employees. Be kind to your employees. If you're on the street, be kind to the people, because as a Muslim, people are looking at what you are doing and they take reference. They take reference at what you are doing, and it may be na'udhu billah that a person does not become a Muslim because of your treatment towards them.
So I understand that alhamdulillah you're a very beautiful reciter of the Quran Kareem. So as we conclude, inshallah, we can ask you to recite for a minute or two for us.
Inshallah. Bismillah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا أولادكم عن ذكر الله ومن يفعل ذلك فأولئك هم الخاسرون. وأنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي أحدكم الموت فيقول رب لولا أخرتني إلى أجل قريب فأصدق وأكن من الصالحين ولن يؤخر الله نفسا إذا جاء أجلها والله خبير بما تعملون. صدق الله العظيم.
صدق الله العظيم. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Ml Ishaaq, Jazakumullah for joining us this morning on Radio Islam International. Allah bless you and Allah accept you for the khidmah of deen for the rest of your life, inshallah. And Allah accept you for da'wah, inshallah.
Ameen. Jazakallah khairan, Maulana, for inviting me here today. And I'm really honored. Jazakallah khairan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi.
Just gone 8:30 time now for the headlines. That was our community profile for this week. We were chatting to Mawlana Ishaaq Rampai. Like, do our fast, inshallah.
Ameen.